Imagine a world where you have no one to call, no one to share your victories with, and no one to lean on during tough times. For many women, friendships are a vital part of life, but what happens when a woman has no friends? Is it a sign of strength, independence, or silent suffering? Today, let's explore this from three key perspectives: self-sufficiency, social struggles, and emotional well-being. A woman who walks alone is often seen as a mystery. She navigates the world without a close circle of friends, relying solely on herself. In a society that emphasizes connection, this independence can be misunderstood. People might assume she is lonely, struggling, or incapable of forming relationships. However, the truth is far more complex. A woman without friends is not necessarily weak or lacking. She may be self-sufficient, fulfilled, and confident in her solitude. She understands that her worth is not defined by the number of people she surrounds herself with, but by the strength she cultivates within. From an early age, women are often encouraged to build strong friendships, to find companionship in groups, and to share their emotions openly with others. There is an expectation that women should always be social, warm, and surrounded by a support system. While these qualities are valuable, not every woman fits into this mold. Some women naturally gravitate towards solitude, not because they dislike others, but because they find peace and contentment in their own company. They enjoy the freedom of making decisions without external influence, focusing on their personal growth, and setting their own pace in life. For a self-sufficient woman, solitude is not a burden but a choice. She does not seek validation from others, nor does she feel the need to conform to social expectations. She may spend her time pursuing knowledge, traveling alone, mastering a skill, or dedicating herself to a career. Her time is her own, and she does not have to consider the needs or opinions of a large social circle. This independence allows her to cultivate a strong sense of identity. She does not need constant reassurance from friends to feel valued, because she derives her worth from her own actions and achievements. The ability to be alone and still feel complete is a rare strength. Many people fear solitude because they associate it with loneliness. But for a woman who walks alone, being by herself does not mean being lonely. She enjoys the quiet moments, the ability to reflect, and the space to think deeply without distractions. She does not rely on others for happiness. Instead, she builds her own. She might find joy in reading, writing, creating art, or engaging in activities that bring her fulfillment. Without the noise of constant social interactions, she can fully immerse herself in her passions. However, this self-sufficiency does not mean she is entirely disconnected from the world. A woman without a large circle of friends still interacts with people, perhaps colleagues, acquaintances, or family members. She understands the value of human connection but does not feel the need to maintain relationships for the sake of appearances. She chooses quality over quantity, preferring meaningful interactions over shallow friendships. She might have deep conversations with a mentor, enjoy occasional meetups with a distant friend, or find comfort in a small but loyal support system. There are times when this independence is tested. Society often views women who are alone with suspicion or pity. People may wonder why she doesn't have a group of friends, assuming something must be wrong. There may be moments when she questions herself, wondering if she should try harder to fit in. But deep down, she knows that her happiness is not dictated by external pressures. She understands that solitude is not a weakness but a source of strength. She does not need to explain her choices to others, nor does she need to apologize for prioritizing herself. Another significant aspect of being self-sufficient is emotional resilience. A woman who walks alone learns to face challenges without relying on a large support network. When she experiences hardships, she turns inward for strength, rather than seeking comfort in multiple friendships. She knows how to process emotions, navigate difficulties, and emerge stronger on the other side. While having friends can provide support, she does not feel helpless without them. She has built an inner foundation that allows her to stand firm no matter the situation. This level of independence also extends to decision-making. Without external influence, she can make choices based on her own values and desires. She does not have to worry about pleasing a group or seeking approval before making a move. Whether it's changing careers, moving to a new city, or embarking on a solo adventure, she trusts herself to make the right decisions. She has confidence in her ability to navigate life without needing constant input from others. Despite the many strengths of self-sufficiency, it is important to acknowledge that human connection is still valuable. Even the most independent individuals can benefit from moments of companionship. A woman who walks alone may occasionally crave conversation, a shared experience, or a connection with someone who truly understands her. The key difference is that she does not depend on these moments for happiness. When she does seek connection, it is on her own terms, with people who genuinely enrich her life, rather than just fill a void. Ultimately, a woman without friends is not necessarily incomplete. She is strong, self-aware, and comfortable in her own skin. She knows that the depth of her character is not measured by the number of friendships she maintains, but by the authenticity of the life she leads. Whether she chooses solitude or selective companionship, her journey is her own, and she embraces it fully. Friendships are often seen as an essential part of a fulfilling life, providing support, joy, and a sense of belonging. However, not everyone finds it easy to form and maintain these relationships. For some women, the journey toward friendship is filled with obstacles, making it difficult to connect with others in meaningful ways. The barriers to female friendships can be complex, shaped by personal experiences, social dynamics, and cultural expectations. While some women may long for close friendships but struggle to build them, others may have grown accustomed to being alone due to repeated disappointments or difficulties in social interactions. Understanding these challenges can shed light on why some women find themselves without close friends despite desiring connection. One of the most common barriers to forming female friendships is social anxiety. Many women experience nervousness and self-doubt in social situations, making it difficult to initiate conversations or build connections. This anxiety can stem from past experiences of rejection, a fear of judgment, or simply a lack of confidence in their ability to engage with others. Women who struggle with social anxiety may find group settings particularly overwhelming, feeling unsure about how to insert themselves into conversations or maintain relationships over time. Even if they long for companionship, their anxiety may hold them back from taking the necessary steps to develop friendships. Trust issues can also play a significant role in preventing women from forming close friendships. Some women have experienced betrayal or disappointment in past relationships, leaving them hesitant to open up to new people. Friendships require vulnerability, and for those who have been hurt before, the fear of being let down again can create a protective barrier that keeps others at a distance. Women who have been through toxic friendships or social conflicts may develop a habit of emotional self-protection, avoiding deep connections to prevent further pain. This can lead to a cycle where they crave friendship but simultaneously push people away due to unresolved fears. Another challenge that many women face is the difficulty of forming new friendships in adulthood. As children and teenagers, friendships often develop naturally through school, extracurricular activities, or shared experiences. However, as women grow older, their lives become more structured, with careers, relationships, and family responsibilities taking priority. Opportunities to meet new people become less frequent, and the effort required to maintain friendships increases. In a fast-paced world where many people are focused on their own responsibilities, making time for friendship can be challenging. Without the built-in social environments of school or college, some women struggle to find new social circles and may gradually drift into isolation. Personality differences can also play a role in the difficulty of forming friendships. Some women are naturally introverted, preferring deep one-on-one conversations rather than large social gatherings. They may find it difficult to connect with more extroverted individuals who thrive in group settings and social events. This difference in social preferences can make it challenging to form lasting bonds, as introverts may feel drained by social interactions that extroverts find energizing. Additionally, some women have unique interests or perspectives that make it harder to find like-minded individuals. If they feel different from those around them, they may struggle to relate to others, leading to a sense of isolation even when surrounded by people. The influence of social media has also contributed to changes in how women approach friendships. While online platforms can help people stay connected, they can also create unrealistic expectations about social relationships. Seeing images of others enjoying time with large groups of friends can lead to feelings of inadequacy or loneliness. Some women may compare their social lives to the curated highlights of others and feel discouraged about their own situation. Additionally, online interactions, while convenient, often lack the depth and authenticity of in-person connections. The shift toward digital communication can make it harder for some women to form meaningful friendships, as casual online interactions may not translate into real-world bonds. Cultural and societal expectations can further complicate the process of forming female friendships. In some cultures, women are expected to prioritize their family roles, careers, or romantic relationships over friendships. As a result, they may struggle to make time for social connections, even if they desire them. Additionally, societal standards often place women in competition with one another, whether in terms of appearance, success, or social status. This can create an environment where trust and genuine connection are difficult to establish. If women feel pressured to compare themselves to their peers rather than support one another, friendships can become strained or superficial. For some women, personal insecurities act as an invisible wall preventing them from forming friendships. They may feel unworthy of connection, believing that they have nothing valuable to offer in a friendship. Negative self-perceptions can lead them to withdraw from social opportunities, assuming that others will not be interested in forming a bond with them. These internal struggles can be just as powerful as external barriers, shaping the way women interact with potential friends and influencing their ability to build lasting connections. Despite these challenges, the desire for companionship remains strong in many women who find themselves without close friendships. The barriers they face are often not due to a lack of willingness, but rather a combination of personal, social, and cultural factors that make it difficult to connect. Overcoming these barriers requires intentional effort, whether through seeking therapy to address social anxiety, joining communities with shared interests, or gradually allowing trust to develop in new relationships. Friendships, like any meaningful connection, take time and effort to nurture. While the journey to building strong bonds may not be easy, it is always possible for women to find companionship and support, even after experiencing social struggles. For women who currently feel alone, it is important to remember that they are not alone in their experiences. Many others share similar struggles and are also seeking meaningful connections. By understanding the barriers that exist and working to overcome them, women can open themselves up to the possibility of deep and lasting friendships. The road to meaningful connection may be challenging, but it is never a path that must be walked alone forever. Loneliness is a profound emotional experience that affects a person's well-being in ways that are often underestimated. It is not simply about being alone, rather, it is the feeling of being disconnected, unseen, or emotionally unfulfilled. For women who lack close friendships, loneliness can become a persistent presence, influencing their thoughts, emotions, and overall mental health. The impact of loneliness extends beyond momentary sadness. It can shape the way a woman perceives herself, her relationships, and the world around her. Over time, loneliness can erode confidence, increase stress, and contribute to deeper psychological struggles. The emotional weight of feeling isolated can be overwhelming, making it difficult to navigate daily life with a sense of fulfillment and purpose. One of the most immediate effects of loneliness is a sense of emptiness. Without meaningful social connections, a woman may feel as though something essential is missing from her life. She may go through daily routines, engage in work or responsibilities, and even interact with others, yet still feel detached from genuine human connection. The absence of deep friendships means there is no one to share joys, sorrows, or even simple moments of understanding. Without a support system, emotions can become bottled up, leading to a sense of emotional isolation that deepens over time. Loneliness also impacts self-esteem. When a woman lacks close relationships, she may begin to question her own worth. She might wonder if there is something inherently wrong with her, if she is unlikable, or if she has failed in some way to form the bonds that others seem to create so easily. These thoughts can become internalized, leading to self-doubt and insecurity. Over time, she may withdraw further from social situations, convinced that she is not wanted or needed. This cycle of loneliness and self-doubt can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, making it even harder to form the connections she longs for. The emotional toll of loneliness can also manifest in heightened stress and anxiety. Humans are social beings wired to seek connection and interaction. When that need is unfulfilled, it creates a state of emotional distress. A woman experiencing loneliness may feel an underlying sense of unease, as though something is off balance in her life. She may overthink interactions, feel nervous in social settings, or experience a constant state of emotional exhaustion. Anxiety can build as she worries about whether she will ever find meaningful friendships, or whether she will always feel this sense of isolation. In addition to anxiety, loneliness can lead to deeper mental health struggles such as depression. The feeling of being alone in the world can be incredibly heavy, leading to sadness that lingers over time. A woman who lacks friendships may struggle to find motivation, experiencing a loss of interest in activities she once enjoyed. Everyday tasks may begin to feel overwhelming, and the lack of social encouragement can make it difficult to break free from negative thought patterns. Depression thrives in isolation, and without friendships to provide comfort, support, and perspective, it can become increasingly difficult to escape. The emotional effects of loneliness also influence how a woman interacts with others. Over time, loneliness can lead to social withdrawal, making it harder to form new relationships. A woman who has been lonely for a long time may begin to feel disconnected from social norms or lose confidence in her ability to engage with others. She might hesitate to reach out, fearing rejection or feeling as though she no longer knows how to navigate friendships. This creates an even greater barrier to overcoming loneliness, reinforcing the cycle of isolation. Loneliness also has a way of intensifying negative emotions. Without close friends to provide reassurance or offer different perspectives, small problems can feel much larger. Difficult moments that could have been soothed by a comforting conversation may instead feel insurmountable. A woman dealing with personal challenges on her own may struggle to process emotions in a healthy way, leading to feelings of frustration, hopelessness, or even resentment toward others who seem to have fulfilling social lives. The absence of a support system means there is no outlet for emotional release, making it difficult to move past difficult experiences. Despite its negative impact, loneliness is not a permanent state. Even for a woman who has experienced isolation for a long time, there are ways to rebuild emotional well-being. The first step is acknowledging that loneliness is not a personal failure but rather a common human experience. It is not an indication that she is unworthy or incapable of forming connections. Understanding this can help alleviate some of the self-doubt that loneliness often brings. From there, taking small steps toward connection, whether through joining a community, engaging in shared activities, or even seeking professional support, can begin to break the cycle of isolation. Emotional well-being is deeply connected to the presence of meaningful relationships. While loneliness can be a difficult and painful experience, it is not an inescapable one. A woman who feels lonely does not have to remain in that state forever. By recognizing the impact of loneliness and taking intentional steps to foster connection, she can begin to rebuild her emotional health. Even small interactions, when meaningful and consistent, can make a difference. Over time, these moments of connection can grow into deeper bonds, bringing light into a space that once felt empty. The journey to overcoming loneliness is not always easy, but it is always possible.